But let's back this up because it sounds to me like you had a lucky break having the externship, right? Yeah. So most people don't have that. Most people don't have that in their schools, and I know I didn't have that, right? So let's get our minds into a senior last semester nursing student, right? Going into this semester, this final semester, the final year, whatever you want to call it, what should a nursing student be prepared to do? What should they be? Where should their mindset be? How do you get them ready from last semester of nursing school to brand new nurse?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And so one amazing thing that I have realized through this whole entire process of, growing Novice is that nursing, they didn't really teach us the business aspect of the game. We're walking into a business. The hospital operates like a business, but no one taught us, who we are the foundation of the hospital, how to think like a business, right? And so I think that the one thing that a nursing student should think about in their last semester is that I have to pitch myself to a business, right? You have to get into a different mindset. It's not Jannel the nurse right now. I'm Jannel the businesswoman, and I want to secure the one position that may be available in this particular hospital on this particular unit for a new grad. So how do I get there? Right? Because if you're applying to residency programs, those are competitive. And if you're not applying to residency programs, then you have the burden of convincing a unit that you're not going to be a liability by slowing them down, by being a new grad and them having to work with you and help them when they're already short-staffed. So either way, you have to position yourself in a way that shows that you are going to be responsible, that you're going to be an asset, that you're ready to take on the challenge and you're ready to move fast and learn and be flexible and adaptable. So ways that you do that is by definitely showing that you have patient care experience, which is why an externship is amazing, because externships, how you operate is that you're shadowing a nurse. And so you're doing things that nurses do, but you're also shadowing a CNA, a PCT. So you're learning what they do as well. And you take on more of the role of a PCT CNA, but they also give you more flexible hours. And everyone's externship, plays out differently. Mine, I had more of a PCT role and shadowed the nurse. So I learned, I was able to put together the concepts from all those semesters before into real life, in a real life environment. But I did that 40 hours a week as opposed to just the 12 hours a week
of clinical.
Yeah. So you get to do that through the summer. And if you choose to, sometimes they allow you to stay on as a PCT or a CNA, because after your first semester of nursing school, in New York anyway, you qualify to become a CNA regardless because of that semester that you went through. And so now you're getting that patient care experience. So now they know that they don't have to teach you the basics of interacting with other people, right? Now you've proven that you are a responsible worker. You're proving that you have, the ability to intervene, to assess, you're showing your skills in real life, in real time, in real life. So now when a manager sees that on your resume, they know that someone else potentially has vouched for you, so they can potentially take that chance on you as well. Volunteering is great.
Yes.
Absolutely. And there's so many ways in which you can volunteer. I think we like to box ourselves in, but volunteering is there's vast ways that you can volunteer. Making sure that your GPA is obviously up there. You don't want to just have a poor GPA, but it's not, I don't ever want to discourage someone who's graduating with a GPA that's not that competitive. That's why, it's a holistic experience. We're three-dimensional. We're not just one-dimensional. So it's not just a number on a paper. Maybe you're not a great test taker, but maybe clinically, when you're in a clinical setting, you're great, and I'm the opposite. I'm a great test taker, and clinically, I'm people could look at me like, you okay? That's the nursing student that I was. It's it took me a while to grasp the clinical experience. So just creating a really multi-dimensional experience for someone to look at when they're looking at you. Create a portfolio, you're pitching yourself to someone. So you have to make sure that you're thinking with that business mindset.
Yeah, no. So that is That's amazing advice, right? I've never once heard that. Think of myself as a business, as a business person, businessman, businesswoman going into the nursing profession, right? Because that's literally what you are. A lot of these hospitals look at you as just another number, right? And if you can meet all the boxes, if you help them do what they need to get done, you are hired. If not, too bad. So if you come there with your, oh, I love nursing, it means a lot to me. Oh, we don't care what it means. We want to know what you can do for me. So I love that advice. And it's a hard hit to take when you come from nursing school, but it's it's needed. It's necessary.
You got to put it all together. Yeah. Yes, I love nursing. I have all these other skills, right? Like I'm compassionate. I feel like I'm empathetic. But a lot of hospitals, when they're interviewing you, once you get over that new grad experience, they want to know about your customer service skills. I will not mention the hospital, but there's a particular hospital in California that when they ask you, when they're interviewing you, it's very much, if you were in conflict with a patient, if you were in conflict with a manager, how do you handle a difficult assignment? Like they want to know, how are you in terms of customer service? How are you in terms of moving fast? Like all of it boils down to the bottom dollar. Like seriously. So you have to be able to give the best of both worlds, how to be compassionate, how to give that, be a human and not a robot in front of your patient. You want to facilitate their healing. You want them to relate to you, as well as prove to a hospital that while I'm actually being a nurse, I can be an asset to your unit, because I respect and understand that this is a business. And I respect and understand that if I'm not an asset, then I'm creating you a loss, and that's problematic at the end of the day. So we have to, that's the burden of nursing. We have to be the best of both worlds. We have to be healers as well as we're a part of a business that we need to understand as well.